you know, like usually, we already enter in that mode where you have to prepare the window, trying to follow the players, trying to collect the best roster possible, facing some struggles and something unpredictable, like last moment problems who impede players to participate in the practice or to participate in the training camp. No matter, that's more or less what all the team has to face. I mean, the guys are ready. I think they are proving in their clubs to be in a good mode, in a good flow. We have to combine different needs. I mean, players in game shape and some players not active right now who are doing some workout. But you know, now it's a matter to collect all the skills and to collect all the quality we have in this team, in this roster, to prepare such difficult games. Okay, this is a very tough group. We knew from the very beginning. Be the leader in a group, make us in a very good position from one side, but on the other hand, we have to expect our opponents to produce the best effort to face the team that actually is covering the first position. That's something make us extremely proud, and with again the desire to move the bar at the next step and the next level. So no matter of the players who will participate the next games, we are preparing the team to be ready to compete, as we did from the very beginning, keeping the same level of humbleness and desire to prove and to show everybody that we belong at such a level of basketball.
Jā, es nezinu, neko jaunu noteikti nepateikšu. Prieks būt mājās, kā parasti. Prieks pārstāvēt izlasi. Sevišķi pēc augusta spēlēm, jau kādu labu laiku domāju par šitām novembra spēlēm, kas nāk. Teicu, nekas jauns. Esam visi zināms, visi zina, kas jādara, un tāpēc skatāmies uz nākamo spēli un centīsimies uzvarēt viņu.
Tikai papildināt Dairu, jo šī būs man pirmā reize, kad es varu pievienoties sezonas laikā. Un, kā Dairis saka, tiešām milzīgs prieks, ir īpaši pēc vasarā piedzīvotā. Un, protams, nevaram pie tā apstāties, ir daudz darāmā, vēl ir ko darīt. Tā kā, bet jā, milzīgs prieks šeit.
Tad nedaudz garamā varbūt uzreiz pie jautājumu.
Protams.
Jautājums Jānim. Tu esi tuvāk Grieķijai, spēlē Atēnās. Kādu veidu būs šobrīd no Grieķijas nometnes?
Ja godīgi, tad nekādi. Es jau tā kā es pazīstu Nikos Zisi ļoti tuvu, tad es pat no viņa informāciju nespēju dabūt. Tad tur arī viss diezgan noslēpumains pagaidām. Un kas vai un kas no Eirolīgas pievienosies, tas diemžēl nav zināms vēl. Bet mums uz to nevajadzētu baigi fokusēties, vajadzētu uz savu spēli un darīt to, kas mums vislabāk sanāk.
Jā, atvainojos, es ticamāk, ka kaitinošākais jautājums, es laiku par veselību, ko atbildēt, bet izstājāt bailīgi, ka to potīgi pagriež čempionīgā pirms pāris nedēļām. Spēles gan laikam neizlaid.
Neizlaid, tur pietika ar pāris dienām, ar nedēļu un bija. Nekas traks. Izbīles vairāk nekā.
How you know that?
I know that.
Why?
How big possibility that Jānis will play next game?
Jānis is here to play. I don't believe we are making for him. We are not organizing a vacation in Latvia. So he's here because we believe he has a chance to play, to prove, and to help the team. It's we know him as an experienced player and good for such a high-level basketball. And he's here, you know, finally according with his needs, his actual process into his career, you know, comparing with 1 year ago when he was trying to follow something who cannot fit with national team activity. Finally, we agree that was a good timing, and I think that all the guys here, they have realistic chances, no matter of the injuries or the absences. We are talking about the people who are here, and they have realistic chances to play and to help. In this case, of course, he's missing European basketball since long. It's a matter to use the next practices to find some rhythm, some flow in a new team. But as I told you, I really trust that having certain kind of teammates around will make him in a comfort zone, because I believe that since you step into this team, locker room, and basketball court, everything becomes very natural. It's natural for me, even more, I think, for people like him. And one more time for us, the challenge and the time to prove how inclusive is this team. This is not an exclusive team. It's a performing team, but really inclusive. And one more time, the chance to prove that who's joined this team, he's able to overperform. And that's what makes me feel better, that I really use and I have the best version of everybody. And so I really wish and I hope that also Jānis will bring the best from this experience back in the national team.
Coach, you visited some Latvia and Estonia League games recently. Is this the reason why there are 3 players from local league?
Yeah, we talk about players who deserve for the way they are performing. And, but in general, that's something that, especially now that I don't have a club to coach, I have to follow with a special attention. Being here, watching games, talking with my assistant coaches who knows the league very well, help me to do certain choices. But I really trust on the basketball they are playing here, who already proved that can valorize some players, since the way to deserve a call in a men's national team.
Coach, the messages I hear from the player side, the Asian side, is that some clubs haven't been thrilled about the FIBA window this time around, about players going to national teams. I'm wondering what was like your communication like with clubs, with coaches in clubs about players that are coming to the national team
Okay.
games?
I tell you, my opinion is that we are building a good and virtuous communication with clubs from the very beginning. I think we have a good way to communicate. We are trying to make our best to collect the best roster possible. We are trying to send a message to the clubs that they have to feel fine and safe. Players join national team, they will find the best organization possible to take care of them. Okay, so we try to have a pretty continuous communication. We used to travel a lot to visit our players, to meet their teams, to meet their coaches, to talk, so that they really understand how much this federation take care of their players. Okay, then it's another chapter that is connected with the EuroLeague, and you know how FIBA and EuroLeague organization are in fight. Okay, I don't believe that the postponed games for one day can make EuroLeague in a position to change their idea and priorities in order to allow players to participate the national team activity. Again, they feel that the windows has a risk, a high risk of injuries. Their schedule impede the players to collect more and extra effort. It's a story of everybody. Not to have a domestic team in EuroLeague make a team like us in an even worse position. Because if you have a local team in EuroLeague, maybe, you know, schedule can help a little bit. I expect Team Greece use the EuroLeague players For the second team, I expect Team Turkey or Team Serbia use EuroLeague players in a second game. We don't have any. We are trying to go through clubs who really, who already prove that they don't want their players play national team. We follow our stuff as we did last year. Jānis was playing EuroLeague. We try to have a virtuous communication with them to share our point of view and to show how we can really follow the schedule, respect their needs, but again, they have a power to impede the players to participate. And, you know, I sit in their, or I wear their shoes in the past. And I tell you for a reason, you know, coaches who play 80 games per season, teams who play, I mean, management who play 80 games per season, they are afraid to collect extra games. And they feel windows as a risky situation, you know, no matter if the player, they really wants to play. And I tell you from my side, how much our players, they would like to be here, you know, and they try from their side to prove how much they will like. But it's difficult to face teams who say you cannot go there and risk an injury, you know, because you will create some conflict. And at the end of the day, the players deserve to do their job. And so if it's not a mutual and common agreement, better to go in a different way. So this system already proved cannot work anymore. The schedule cannot work anymore. Everything sounds and smelled out of time. Out of time. There is a conflict between two organizations. It's clear for everybody. And it's not that if you postpone one day, you are proving something or you are doing something. Come on, forget. Here we talk about a wider vision of a schedule and a calendar who expose the player to a high risk of injuries. Because when, like we did the last summer, you have a playoff season, you know, EuroLeague, domestic leagues, and then you jump into the June, July windows, and then you jump into the August windows, and then you jump straight into the Eurobasket. Come on, this is not respectful for players. People who needs to destroy his routine as a pro player. You know, players need the proper time to practice, to play, and to rest. So forget their fights, you know, and their business. It's a matter to protect players. Everybody knows, but still, we look like out of reality. And it makes me crazy. Because first of all, we have to respect the players and to protect them and make the show better for the fans. You know, and if you want to make it better, you have to give the players the proper time to develop their game and their body, and coaches as well. That system is not working anymore.
Labi pazīstat daudz spēlēs kopā. Pirmā sajūta, kad jūs tagad uzspēlēt, kāda palika iespēja?
Nav, jo nekas jau nav mainījies. Kā, viņš ar viņu spēlēts kopā, viņš atkal ir komandā, viss kārtībā. Tā kā, es nezinu, nav tā, ka kāds jauns džeks būtu parādījies. Viss, gan viņam viss ir zināms, gan mums viņš ir zināms. Tā kā ir bijusi pauzīt, bet viņš apakaļ laukumā un viss ir tā, kā tam jābūt.
Jā, es pateicu, nav ko piebilst. Tomēr, jā, tas neliekas tik ilgi, kad nav spēlēts ar viņu kopā. Tomēr tas laiks īsāks, lai gan viņš ir pietiekami ilgs. Bet Jānis, tomēr Jānim ir savas kvalitātes, kas mums noteikti būs noderīgas. Tā kā jā, prieks viņu redzēt šeit.
Short question, Coach. Do you know anything, and can you please explain anything about the possible COVID restrictions in regards to Artur Žagars? Can he be available hypothetically for the first game what can you say about that situation?
It's a COVID restrictions. I mean, since he tested positive, nothing to do. After that, we have our procedure to protect the player, to do medicals, to check that everything will be fine. So step by step.
Just
Now,
wait for a negative test?
yes, and I believe it's a first step before to go through something else.
Yeah.
So very basic, short question, short answer. We go through steps. And the next is to test negative.
Gotcha.
Are all players required to take tests right now?
Why? And Arturs was not here. He tested positive in Lithuania. We feel fine. We are okay. Let's touch everything. And just in case I know your name, I will come to you.
Jautājums Dairim un Jānim. Vīri, ņemot vērā, ka izlasē neizdevās kvalificēties uz Eiropas čempionāta fināla turnīru, vai jums tagad kā divi no pieredzējušākiem spēlētājiem šajā modelī, vai jums izjūtat kaut kādu papildus atbildību pabeigt šo kvalifikāciju un izdarīt to, jūtot, ka ceļzīme ir tuvu?
Es domāju, ka nekāda papildus atbildība nav, jo katrā turnīrā ir mērķis uzvarēt, ne, vai sasniegt to mērķi, kas ir. Šoreiz tas mērķis fināla turnīrs pasaules kausā, un es domāju, ka šim nav jāskatās uz to, kas bija no vienas puses, no otras puses. Tam, kāda mēs esam šobrīd, ir vistiešākais sakars ar to, ka mēs netikām uz Eiropas čempionātu. Tā kā tas, ka mēs netikām, ir kalpojis par pārmaiņām izlasē, un es domāju tam, ko jūs visi redzat laukumā.
Tikai piebildīšu to, ka nav jēgas skatīties pagātnē, vienmēr jādomā uz to un strādāt tikai uz priekšu. Noteikti tā nav kaut kāda ekstra atbildība, tā ir vienkārši tas, kas mums tagad ir priekšā, un uz to mēs arī